Many years ago, in the beautiful city of Owerri, there lived a man named Emeka. Emeka was a very handsome young man. He was what you will call every lady's dream man. And luckily for him, he has struggled on time. Immediately he graduated from the university, he got a very good job with an oil company where they were paying him in millions of naira. So Emeka was automatically a big boy. He splurged money like it was water. So many girls were flocking around him from front, back, middle, and center. Emeka partied and clubbed every night, splurging millions of naira at the club with his friends and strings of girls, moving from one lady's bed to another. However, few years later, Emeka decided that it was time for him to settle down and start raising his own family. So Emeka started actively looking for a wife, and he has certain qualities that he wanted his wife to possess. He wanted his wife to be homely, humble, good mannered, and also beautiful. And in no time, Emeka met Dima. Dima, who just recently graduated from the university and has all the quality that Emeka wants in his future wife. So Emeka and Dima dated for over a year. Then Emeka proposed to Dima one evening at a fancy restaurant. Emeka went down on one knee, holding a beautiful small velvet box, and said, Dima, will you marry me and make me the happiest man on the planet Earth? Dima responded with so much excitement, Yes, yes, I will marry you. So Emeka slipped the ring into her finger and they both hugged each other, looking very excited. And a few months later, Emeka and Dima got married in a very lavish wedding ceremony. Emeka and Dima was very happy, and their parents too was very excited, especially Emeka's parents, because they have been looking forward to him getting married and giving them grandchildren. So after the wedding ceremony, when Emeka and Dima was about to leave, Emeka's mother came close to Dima and whispered to her. She said, My daughter, when you reach home, get right to work because after 9 months, I'm coming for Omugo, she said, smiling. Few weeks later, Emeka and Dima had settled into marriage life properly. Emeka was a good husband to Dima. He paid attention to her and was very intentional on how he treats her. Likewise, Dima, she was also a very good wife to Emeka. She was very intentional about everything she does for him, cooking delicious meals for him, preparing warm water for him to bathe, ironing his clothes, and above all, satisfying his sexual desires. But Emeka told Dima that he don't want them to start giving birth immediately, that they should enjoy themselves, bonding and having fun for now. Then after 2 years, they can start having children. Dima agreed, so she was on contraceptives, while Emeka used protection sometimes. Emeka and Dima was having the best time of their lives. They will go out for dinner dates every weekend, trying different meals and new dishes in different restaurants. And whenever Emeka had few weeks break in his office, Emeka and Dima will travel out, exploring different countries and different activities. Emeka and Dima were enjoying themselves to the fullest. However, after 1 year of them getting married, Emeka's mother, Mrs. Nkechi, started calling frequently, asking Emeka if his wife Dima is pregnant. Emeka will reply, Mama, calm down, oh. Me and my wife, we are not in a hurry. We have decided to enjoy ourselves before we start having children. Mrs. Nkechi said, Make no dear, keep short, enjoy yourselves. As in how? Is that how I enjoy myself before giving birth to you and your brother? Please, oh, I need a grandchild. I'm not in for this your story. Emeka said, Mama, we are going to give you grandchildren. Calm down, he said and hung the phone. Emeka and Dima continued living their best lives. However, months later, Dima was sitting at the sitting room, relaxing over a glass of orange juice, watching her favorite TV station when Emeka has gone to work. Then she had a knock at the door. When she went to open it, to her surprise, it was Emeka's mother, Mrs. Nkechi, standing looking furious. Dima greeted her. Mama, good evening. Welcome. Mrs. Nkechi did not even reply. She asked, Where is my son? As he returned from work, as she walked into the house. Dima replied her, He is not yet back from work. Then Mrs. Nkechi turned to Dima and said, You are here eating my son's money and getting fresh. When are you giving me a grandchild? Don't tell me you have eaten all the children in your womb. Oh." Dima said, looking sad. Ah, Mama, why will you say that I have eaten all the children in my womb? Nothing is wrong with me, and my womb is intact. Mrs. Nkechi said, Then why are you not yet pregnant? Give me a grandchild. That is all I want, she said, and sat on the couch while Dima went inside the room. When Emeka returned back from work, he was surprised to see his mother sitting pretty on the couch. Emeka said, Mama, this one you came without informing me. Hope no problem. Mrs. Nkechi replied, No problem. The only problem I have is for you and your wife to give me grandchildren. It's almost 2 years since you both got married, and I'm not seeing any sign of pregnancy in your wife's stomach. And I've not heard before if she had any miscarriage. So I came to know what is the problem. Emeka said, Mama, is that the reason you came? Please relax. Make yourself comfortable. I'm coming. Let me freshen up. Then he went to the room. When he got there, he saw Dima sitting on the bed with a sad expression. Then he said, Babe, are you okay? Why is your face like this? Dima replied, I'm not okay. Your mother came insulting me that I have eaten all the children in my womb. Didn't you tell her that you are the one that wanted us to enjoy ourselves for 2 years before giving birth? Emeka drew close to her and said, My dear, please don't be offended about what my mother said. I will talk to her. So Emeka freshened up and went to meet his mother. They discussed that night, and Emeka assured her that they will give her grandchildren very soon, that she should be patient. So early the next morning, Mrs. Nkechi left for her house. She and her husband also live in Owerri. That night, Dima said to Emeka, My love, it's already 2 years since we got married. So I will stop taking the contraceptives and we will stop using protection. Let's start trying to make babies. And seeing that your mother is desperately in need of grandchildren. After much persuasion, Emeka reluctantly agreed. So from that time, they started having intercourse without protection. Dima was hopeful, believing that she would get pregnant in no time. But her hopes was shattered after 2 years of trying to get pregnant, but yet no sign of pregnancy. Dima was very worried and sad. She started going from one hospital to another, visiting different doctors, from one fertility hospital to another. And all the results came out that she was fit and okay to get pregnant, that she has no issue stopping her from getting pregnant. Dima will track her ovulation before meeting with her husband, but still, after trying for 3 years, no sign of pregnancy. Dima was very confused and frustrated. She wondered why she has not gotten pregnant despite the medical results that shows that there is nothing wrong with her. And she has tried convincing Emeka to follow her to the hospital for tests, but he refused, saying that he is fit and don't need to be tested. However, Emeka's mother, Mrs. Nkechi, did not give Dima any breathing space, as she will insult and call her barren woman, that she has eaten all the children in her womb. Mrs. Nkechi will go as far as calling her a man, telling her that since she cannot give them grandchildren, that she will personally marry another woman for her son, that will give her grandchildren. Dima will cry and cry. She will cry her eyes out. So one day, Dima was crying, telling her husband to come with her to the hospital. so she will know where the problem of their childlessness is coming from, and they will start looking for solution. Emeka refused initially, but after much pleading, crying, and begging, he accepted. Then the next day, Emeka and Dima got ready and left for the hospital. When they got to the hospital, they saw the doctor and several fertility tests was conducted on them. They sat down at the waiting room with their fingers crossed. After what looks like ages, the doctor called them into his office and handed the results to them. He said, "Miss Dima, you are fit and have no medical issues." Then he turned to Emeka and said, Sir, you have low sperm count and it is very low, 0%, which means you will not be able to impregnate any woman. It is a zero or slim chance. But you can be coming for checkup and we will put you on medications that will increase your sperm count. So when the doctor was done talking to them, Emeka and Dima left. On their way back home, the both of them were mute. They did not say a word to each other. Emeka kept straight face as they drove back home. 2 days after their visit to the hospital, Emeka have not said anything to Dima about the hospital reports. So that night, Dima called Emeka and said, "Do you know anything about those reports before now? Because I have been thinking about everything. It was your idea that we should not have children immediately until after 2 years. And after then, you refused to go with me to the hospital. Have you been aware of your low sperm count?" Emeka was mute for a while. Then he said, Yes, I found out few months before our wedding. Please, my love, I'm sorry for keeping it away from you for this long." Dima was speechless. Then she said, "What are we going to do now?" Emeka replied, "Let's try the medication given to me by the doctor and be hopeful for a positive result." Dima agreed, but after 1 year of trying the medications, there was still no sign of pregnancy. Then they went to the hospital again for another test to see if there is any improvement. But when the result came out, it was still 0% sperm count. Dima was confused. She did not know what to do, and the pressure and insult from Emeka's mother did not stop. Mrs. Nkechi will insult Dima, calling her all sorts of names, barring which you have eaten all your children in your womb. Who knows how many abortions you have done before you marry my son? Do you even have a womb? Mrs. Nkechi will say, screaming. Dima did not even say a word. She just stood looking at her as tears rolled down her eyes. That night, when Emeka returned, Dima could no longer bear the insult. Then she said to Emeka, "Your mother is making my life a living hell, accusing me that I'm the cause of our childlessness, that I have eaten all the children in my womb, that she will even marry another lady for you. Please, oh, I cannot take her insult anymore. You have to tell your parents that you are the cause of our childlessness, not me, so they will stop blaming me," Dima said, screaming at the top of her voice. Emeka looked at her and said, holding her hands, "My dear, my love, please, biko, don't tell my parents. Please, let us not tell anyone. Or do you want me to be a laughing stock? Please, my dear, let's not tell anyone." Eh? We should not tell anyone. Okay. If you are not ready to tell your parents about this, I'm leaving. I'm leaving you for good, because I cannot stay here and be blamed for what I am not the cause of," Dima said angrily. Emeka fell on his knees and started pleading, "Please, my love, don't leave me. Don't allow me to be a laughing stock. Even if you leave me and I get married to another woman, she too will not get pregnant. And at that point, people will get to know that I'm the cause of our problem. Please, my love, don't leave me. Let's look for a solution together." Dima looked at him and said, "So what can be the solution of our problem? What do you suggest we should do?" Emeka looked at her for a moment before speaking. He said, "Go out and get pregnant. I will be the father of the children. I will accept them as my children." Dima was taken aback. She was shocked at what Emeka said. She could not believe her ears. She disagreed at first, but after much pleading and begging, Emeka pleaded with Dima for days, asking Dima to do it for him and for their marriage, that she should help him and protect his secrets from the world. After what looked like eternity, Dima finally agreed. Emeka and Dima agreed that Emeka will not know the men responsible for impregnating her, because it will break his heart. So months later, Dima became pregnant and gave birth to a baby boy. And in 6 years, she has given birth to 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. Hi, besties. What did you think about the story? Did Dima make the right decision of getting pregnant for other men just to cover her husband's secrets? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section about the story and where you are watching the story from. Please subscribe to my channel. Support your girl Ify Best, and also watch the ads. Please like and share the story to your loved ones. Bye.